Welcome back to all of our fans on this Saturday afternoon as we are back in action in the National Soccer League. We've got a divisional round matchup for you. The St. Louis Charioteers hosting the Memphis Scouts in today's first game of the day. As we see the players taking to the field now here in Missouri. Real clash of the Titans here for you all this afternoon. Both these teams winning their season openers on the road by a margin of 1 goal. Charioteers downing division rivals Thunderbirds in a 4-3 comeback victory. The Scouts with a 3-2 comeback victory over the Athens Olympians. So strong starts to both of them on the road. As we get a look at the home team starting lineup here, Charioteers, the big news, the change in that midfield role. Abelrad Steka came on as a substitute last week, scored 2 goals to get his team over the line. He gets the start today over Özkan Horn. So storyline to watch there for sure as we get ready for this game. Other than that, no changes as we see the players now shaking hands. We'll get a look in just a second here at the Memphis Scouts starting lineup. So we're just a few minutes away from kickoff here. There is that Scouts starting lineup. No changes from the team that was victorious in Athens just a week ago. The main man on that day was Wallaby Wilson, the center attacking midfielder, as you see the formation listing here now. He scored 2 goals, including the match winner in the 88th minute. We'll have to see how these two winning teams play out. Of course, both can't stay undefeated.
Enjoy the game.
Giving us some real thrilling contests in past seasons. Look at the captain of the Charioteers, Nikomakos Stavropoulos. The longest serving players in the league. He sits in second at the all-time appearances list at 182 today, just behind Lance Chalmers. And we are underway here in St. Louis. The Scouts getting this ball rolling. Of course, for the Scouts, last season was a tale of so close yet so far away, losing in the championship match to the Texas Terminators 4-3. So looking to bounce back and continue that momentum last season. That final push, get over the line, get all the way to the championship this year. As they're in early here with Jim Hoover, and Seth Wagner able to clear his lines. Not cleared far away though. Scouts still on the attack. Into the area goes El Gazawe. Wallaby Wilson to Gazawe, blocked by El Kimi. It's the first corner of the match, 5 minutes in. Early pressure here from the Scouts. We've seen so many early calls in this National Soccer League season of handball resulting in penalties, so defenders have to be extra alert, keeping those arms down behind their back, anything they can do to get them out of the way. So the referees have enacted a zero-tolerance policy as the short corner comes in. Gazawe can't get away from Brandon Maynard. He had a strong performance last week, scored the equalizer to get his team back in it, as here is Ronan Gallagher. Good link-up play with those two. As here goes Fossen-Trader, skipping in behind the lines. It's Weston Fossen-Trader. It's Gilberto Sanchez with the big-time save to deny Fossen-Trader. Just first touch carries him a little wider than I think he would like, and it shuts down his own angle. It's a solid stop from Sanchez, though, in the Scouts' goal, as now the Charioteers with an answer, corner of their own. As Gallagher stands over this one. No short corner option here for the Charioteers. Whipping it in deep for Jimenez. It's Kennedy, and Stavropoulos goes for it. What a save! Sanchez at full stretch. The captain so nearly getting himself on the score sheet. Denied by the outstretched arm of Sanchez, as there's a nice ball over the top from Hoover. It's end-to-end stuff here. Gazawe. Marco Althaus back for Gazawe. Left for Hoover, and Ian Eichelman equal to the test. Good chances from both of these teams early on, and the goalkeepers matching these early chances with some fine saves. Eichelman came into question his Charioteers debut last week, conceding 3 goals. A couple of them at the near post, so already some scrutiny over his performances. We'll have to see if he can round into a little bit of a better form today, as there's the early corner. And Althaus won it, and it's glanced just wide. And Eichelman panicking at full stretch, and it drifts just a couple inches wide of that far post. How close was this? Whew. Eichelman soundly beaten, but luckily for him, the header goes behind for a goal kick. Only 10 minutes played. It feels like we've seen a whole half's worth of action here. Eichelman takes this goal kick long. Maynard with a chance to settle on the ball. Here's the first touch for Abelrad Steka. Nice ball between the lines from him. Jimenez with some space opening up in behind. Looking for Fossichere at the back post! And Pasha Mikhailov cuts out the 1-2 as Jimenez was bursting in. We're going to look here at the save from Eichelman. It's a fine stop at full stretch at his near post. As the Charioteers have their second corner of the match with Ronan Gallagher standing over this one. Just driven in again towards Jimenez, flicked on, and just nobody there to get the finishing touch as Sanchez can collect it harmlessly. That midfield battle won by Wallaby Wilson this time. And he finds a nice ball out to Joe Bunting. Space opening up on the inside for him, continuing to carry this forward. Hoover into the area, surely 1-0, no save, but Hoover is there on the follow-up. It's 1-0 to the visitors. Hoover not picked up in the second time of asking. Eichelman makes the save, but cannot get up, and the Charioteers defenders nowhere to be found. It's Blake Davis who gets beaten to that ball. Hoover reacts quicker. No chance for Eichelman. A good save on the initial attempt from Althaus, but it is that man again, James Hoover, on the score sheet. With that goal, he re-cements his place atop the all-time scoring charts in second with 131 goals, and this being his 163rd appearance. Really just an astounding ratio he's put together here through 10 seasons in his career. It's enough to have the Scouts leading their rivals on the road here. How will the Charioteers respond? Had some moments getting forward, but the Scouts doing their part defensively, keeping that shop shut. Now a chance to just take the sting out of this game a little bit. Happy to just play it around at the back, let the Charioteers sit back, decide what they want to do. It's a nice turn from Iskander El Ghazawi. Wallaby Wilson. Nice link-up play here from the Scouts on this right-hand side. Bunting feeding the ball in, and it was left alone at the back post, and Althaus was in again! And Althaus that time blocking his teammate's shot. And I think he was actually offside as well, but worrying signs from the Charioteers as Stavropoulos gingerly moving that shoulder around. And standing over this ball with Eichelman. Looks like maybe it is actually a goal kick, not an offside decision. Well, again, it just opened up in the middle. Yes, Stavropoulos still clutching that shoulder. We'll have to see if that's something more serious. That would be a huge blow to their back line that's already been depleted, obviously, with the loss of Jan Giselman being sold to the Mayflowers in exchange for that draft pick. So they really can't afford to lose another defender at this point in time. See if the Scouts can take advantage here with a free kick from midfield. Very threatening that time as Jimenez can carry this one away with Gallagher in support. There's Kennedy on the left. Going to clip in for Gallagher, but well cut out by Dino Balboa at the back. El Ghazawi on this left-hand side has been lively. Here's Althaus. The Scouts attack so devastating going forward as here's Hoover. Big save, and it's put in! Another rebound goal, and DeLeon Crabtree might be his first touch of the game, and it's a goal for the Scouts on the road. The Charioteers an absolute mess at the back at the moment, and another rebound goal falls for the Scouts. Just no one stepping up to close down. Eichelman makes another good save, and it's Blake Davis again on that left back position, just not getting to the ball quick enough. Well, it is not going to plan for the hosts, but the Scouts, everything falling their way so far, literally and metaphorically on the field. The Charioteers will have to try and get some kind of response here. That's not going to do it. Immediately given away from Maynard. Scouts on the attack again here. There's too much space in behind. Plenty of time to pick their passes and pick this Charioteers backline apart. And they might do so again here with Wilson, and Eichelman keeps his team in it. What on earth is going on at the back? Blake Davis again, not marking a man. Shocking performance from the left back for the Charioteers so far. Nearly caught out again, if not for another good stop from Eichelman. Both of these goals, Eichelman made a point-blank save, and then just nobody there for the follow-up defensively, and it's open net for both of these Scouts' goals. As here comes a long ball in for Crabtree. The header is just a little bit high, didn't quite get the contact he was looking for, but again, another ball in the Charioteers box, won by a Scouts player. They're second to everything at the moment. Scouts playing with real purpose here. 33 minutes gone in this first half. You see there in your picture, Stavropoulos still clutching that right shoulder. As Mikhailov high over the back of Foster. No foul given. Look at the possession stats there. That is a shocking number. Charioteers just 36% at home. Scouts absolutely dominating so far in this first half. Balboa stepping in again. And complacent on the attack going forward, Charioteers, and then timid stepping up in defense as the Scouts carry this one forward again with Althaus. Here is Dekanta Josemi, the captain. It's 1-2. Looking to get it forward with Althaus. Trouble in again behind here as Hoover takes it himself. Man in support, didn't find him. Maynard can release Rajteka, who finds Jimenez in behind. Holding it up. Kennedy breaks into the area now. Can he find the cutback? Went for it himself, and Gilberto Sanchez makes another save. Had Rajteka at the back post, but didn't find him. Here is that man, Abel Rajteka, the hero off the bench last week. Make himself known again here with Gallagher. Unable to get away from Balboa, who's putting a really strong shift in that center back position. This referee signal. The fourth official goes up for 4 added minutes. Scouts on the attack again. Get another goal here before the half and surely be a death blow for the Charioteers. They've got a lot of regrouping to do. They want to get back in this game, and that's not going to do it from Maynard. Referee says play on. The foul on Josemi, but Hoover happy to carry on with it. Rajteka won it back. Josemi still on the ground. There's a crunching challenge from Maynard. Kennedy leaving it for Jimenez, who finds it in for Foster. Balboa went through the back of him, no call from the referee. A couple of interesting decisions there at the end of the half, but one going each way and just not clicking on either end for the Charioteers at home here. As you see the Scouts fans, is this man again, Jim Hoover. He's got himself the opening goal. I believe he had the shot that was saved, ends up being a rebound for Crabtree. 2-0 to the visitors here in the Coliseum. We will be right back in just a minute with second half action to see how this one ends. Welcome back from us here in St. Louis. Charioteers 2-0 down to their division rivals at home. It was a blistering first half from the Scouts. Charioteers just had no answers at the back. Scouts taking full advantage of that, leading 2-0 here, as we mentioned. Have to see if either team has any changes in mind. It looks like actually there was a change at halftime. We saw Dekanta Josemi limp off at halftime for that crunching challenge from Brandon Maynard that was punished with a yellow card. But Joe Henderson, the rookie selection in the first round, is on for DeConte Josemi. We'll have to see where exactly he's playing. Josemi naturally a defensive midfielder, and Joe Henderson is more of a defender in his own right. So curious to see how this new formation looks as we get underway in the second half and the Scouts have an early corner. Short to El Ghazawi with this one. Seth Wagner stepping in. It's a good challenge from him. He can carry this ball upfield. Plenty of space in front of him, but not a lot of players in support. Jimenez trying to get free. Finds a nice feed out to Kennedy. Waiting for options to arrive. Foster Trader's one of them. And Mikhailov. Simple to tackle in the end for him. Not a lot of conviction in that attack. Again from the Charioteers. Balboa on the ball. Stavropoulos with the tackle on Hoovard. Here is the rookie Joe Henderson. Looks like he is playing in that defensive midfield role. So here is ball in behind, and Eichelman has to make the save. Another lapse in defensively at the back. Charioteers. Chance to come away on the counter though with Gallagher. Chipping it in nicely for Foster Trader. Touch didn't settle, but it's good feed from him. Trying to square it for Jimenez. And again, just that final ball lacking. As the Scouts can come away with it now with Hoover. Finding the goal scorer of the second, Crabtree. There's space in the middle and the outside. Hoover goes himself. That's a ball in for Althaus, and it's a good save from Eichelman again. The runner's just not being tracked at all. Charioteers 6 and 7s at the back. Up to play it all the way back to Radsteka in his own half. Good control from him though. Bunting emphatically winning that header. So here is Wallaby Wilson. Kept quiet so far on the afternoon, but his team still leading 2-0. Going to get their first clean sheet of the season as Hoovard running in again. Not closed down. And then there's a runner in behind. It's Althaus and Eichelman. Man, if not for him, they could be down by a lot more than 2 right now. Kennedy trying to break away. Charioteers maybe need to look to that substitutes bench as they did last week. Of course, the hero from the bench last week's already on. As here's the ball in from Jimenez for Brandon Maynard. It's 1-2, and the hosts have a goal through Brandon Maynard. And that suddenly has changed the outlook of this game entirely. Well, it's the Scouts that time who fall asleep at the back. Maynard made a free run, untracked into the 18-yard box. It's a nice find from Marco Jimenez to tee him up, and then from there, never really any doubt. Player of Maynard's quality just wraps that ball into the far corner. Great finish from him. No chance for Gilberto Sanchez. It's the first real promising attack we've seen in a while for the Charioteers, but it results in a goal. Curious to see how the Scouts respond. Definitely not looking quite the same without their captain DeConte Josemi on the field. Joe Henderson forced to play in a role he's not as comfortable in, and also just is a rookie player. As Foster Trader wins that one back. Here's Blake Davis laying it off for Kennedy. Maynard, the goal scorer, finding Jimenez. Those two linking up nicely today. Foster Trader has some runners, chooses the wrong ball, and it's cut out by Balboa again. There's now a chance for Althaus to get in behind. Sends Stavropoulos to the ground. Maynard, though, winning it back in the midfield area. Gallagher, crunching challenge on him. Referee says play on. It's Foster Trader finding Jimenez. Surveys his options and finds Kennedy on this left wing. Back to Foster Trader, it's Radsteka. Good find in there from Maynard, and Balboa. Really strong performance in that defensive line again for him. As Althaus change of pace there, too much for Stavropoulos. Goes for it himself, and Eichelman called into action again. As we see the much delayed but fair yellow card for Joe Bunting. Gallagher has some words for him after the fact as well, and you can understand why. It was a shocking challenge from Joe Bunting. real scissor tackle there. Lucky to get away with only a yellow card, I'd say. Well, yet to see any substitutes from either team, aside from that injury substitute for the Scouts. So we'll have to see with just a little over 15 minutes remaining in this one. Either team is looking to make any changes or hoping to rely on what they've got so far. Short corner will come in again here. Clipped long, actually, for Bunting. Falls for Crabtree on the edge of the area. Resetting this attack with Balboa. Althaus looking to pick the pass. There's space in behind. It's Althaus again. Surely it's 3, and what a save from Eichelman! Another save from Eichelman! And Blake Davis has lost the plot, not listening to his goalkeeper there. Wow. It seemed like all the world, the Scouts were going to put this game to bed, but 2 fine stops from Ian Eichelman, answering the critics of if he is good enough for this starting role in the wake of the departure of their long-serving goalkeeper Ion Groenland-Dane. It looks like actually the water bottle is on the field. We play on. That one is one for Eichelman to claim. He did struggle with his distribution a bit in the preseason. That's a nice throw from him that time, though. It's Kennedy trying to get around. It's Kennedy Wilson, great defending from him at the right back position. Finding the pass forward as well. Here's Hoovert on this one. Scouts looking to keep the ball up here in their opponent's territory. And there's a chance in behind here for Crabtree. To play it back to Henderson. Hoovert. Here's the rookie Joe Henderson. Finds Wilson on the edge of the area. Space to think about the shot. Stavropoulos closes it down just in time. Kennedy with some space on the turn. And Jimenez just not making the right run there. As we take into the final 10 minutes of this one here in St. Louis. Looked like the Scouts were in control, but Charioteers getting one back in the second half, making it a bit of a nail-biter. To see if Gazawa can keep this ball in. The referee says he has. Here's Hoovert into the area, one-on-one. Althaus. Eichelman, odd save, but able to collect it in the end. The foul called there on Jim Hoovert. Eichelman, really strong performance today in that goal. Despite letting in 2, and neither of them were his fault. He made a save, and then follow-up rebounds were pounced upon by Scouts players, much to his chagrin. So here's an interesting substitute. Joshua Turley on for Thomas Kennedy. And on the Scout side, we see a change as well. Leonard McGlavin on for Iskander El Ghazawi. I was trying to just kill that clock a little. Turley, of course, more of a natural striker. Got a bit of height in there to aim at for these set pieces if they can get forward. But in the meantime, still the Scouts on the attack as we head into the final 5 minutes of this match. Here is Marco Althaus feeding it into Hoovert. There's a free runner in the middle. And it's Althaus. It's another save from Ian Eichelman. Gallagher's running out of real estate here. Has to just chunk it long up to Turley. He wins the header. That's what they brought him on to do. And Maynard. Some space in behind it for Rajteka. Sorting out his feet. It's El Hakimi. Stavropoulos, the captain. Back out to El Hakimi on this right-hand side. Can play a ball. Jimenez is deflected off of Joe Bunting that time. Quick throw in this time as we head into the final minute. It's a poor ball from El Hakimi. Real letdown from him. Just kind of lost his concentration there. As the last touch there is off McGlavin. Another throw for the Charioteers. So Rajteka looks to just thump one in to Maynard. It's Gallagher. It's Turley off the post. Gilberto Sanchez showing his worth as Turley's in again and blocked by Henderson that time. That was the chance. That was the moment for them to get back into it. And the Scouts denying that opportunity. And that will probably wrap it up here as the Scouts carry it forward, just looking to kill this clock or maybe find a final minute goal as Eichelman has to make the save. Oh, how close did that come? The shot from Turley was well struck, and Sanchez got a piece of it, tipping it onto the post. Both of these goalkeepers have put in a fine showing this afternoon. So we get a look at another save there from Eichelman. He's got to be close to double digits at this point. He has been heroic in the net today for the Charioteers. As the Scouts looking to just kill this puck here, they'll take the short corner and waiting for the whistle from the referee. Still hasn't blown it as we're letting them play on here, and Stavropoulos makes the block in there. So we play on still 6 minutes, and Eichelman has to make another save. We're 2.5 minutes over the allotted time. Referee here might be a Scouts fan, wants to see another goal here if you ask me. Eichelman, once again though, in fine form, making a save there, really showing maybe that first game against the Thunderbirds was just preseason nerves playing a part, because he has been immense back there. Surely this will be the last action on the day here in St. Louis. It's clipped up for Althouse, and Turley can head it away. And there is the last blast on the whistle from the referee. The Memphis Scouts defeating their division rivals, and they make it 2 away wins in 2 opening games. 2 first half goals proved to be enough. The Charioteers getting one back in the second half and then hitting the post in added time, but it is not enough as the comeback falls just short this week. They will have to regroup. Great result here from the Scouts, though. That is going to wrap up our action from this Saturday afternoon slot. We'll be back later tonight with 2 more games and then 3 more to round out this week on Sunday. I've been your host, Matthew Hummel. I'll leave you here with post-match highlights. We'll see you in a few short hours.